I will.
Hello.
Howdy dirty.
What did you say?
Howdy dirty.
Ah,
Morning.
morning.
Cool. Han said he was going to be a little bit late because he's actually just dropping Tavish off and then going home because I guess Tavish has driving and stuff today. Which I vaguely remember what that's like way back in the day when I learned to drive, but
In the Jurassic era.
in the Jurassic area when we drove Brontosauruses.
Oh my god,
That
your life
sounds
was
way
so
cooler.
cool.
You're what?
Your life is so cool.
Hey, sure. Also, subscriptions went live, so we now also have our first Twitch Prime subscriber, which is me. So,
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
are you
Can
asking
use your
seriously?
Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So if you have Amazon Prime, you can tie your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and
Okay.
then what Amazon does is gives you one free subscription that you can use every month. But it doesn't auto renew. You have to use it manually, which lets you subscribe free to a channel. The channel gets revenue just like you subscribe normally, but you don't have to pay any money for it. And we lost someone. I lost myself. What's happening? And everyone's back.
Is that
What the heck?
I don't know.
Did it force you guys out too?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that was Discord. Cool.
It forced
really
me to update.
Guess it was a critical security flaw. Well, welcome back. So if you have Amazon Prime, you should hook it up to your Twitch account and then use Twitch Prime to subscribe to this or any other channel.
Sorry, I'm really dumb. It costs money to subscribe to things?
Yes. It doesn't
So
cost
there's a
money
difference
to.
between following and subscribing on Twitch. When you follow someone,
Ah.
you just get notifications and everything else. Subscribing means I want to actively support this channel. So it's $5 to subscribe, and the person at the channel gets like $3 of it or something. I don't remember.
What does that get you?
What do you mean?
So you can put chat for like big channels. You can put chat into specific modes. One is follower mode. One is sub only mode. So only subscribers can chat.
So my internet?
Yes, it's probably your internet, which is only helps.
That's a good still.
Larger channels. Oh my God, Snippet.
I'm trying.
Snip who?
Brandon.
He's a swirling thing for me.
Look at Twitch.
Oh.
Oh, he started moving again.
Oh, dang it.
Now this is my internet, right?
Yes, this is your internet.
Okay.
We had a really. Did you snip it?
I
Yes,
did.
Oh, come on.
It's a really good one.
It's a really good one.
God damn it. Was it me eating?
Yes.
Yep.
Yup.
Oh, no. I needed the risk. I played the dangerous game. I got caught.
So,
Oh, God.
That's a great picture.
I
That
clearly
should go
missed
into
something.
all personnel slides that we ever present in the future.
new ship captain.
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Love it. Oh my god.
And the other things is whatever streamers decide to do with it. So a lot of streamers will do. You also get like specific access to emotes that only subscribers of various tiers have access to, and then a lot of streamers will do things like, if you're a sub, I'll play games with you, or like shout you out, or whatever. It's like minor status stuff that is mostly at the discretion of the streamer. So that's all.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't think I can post this image in chat. Sorry, chat people.
Thank God.
I tried to figure it out, but I can't.
Nope.
What are you eating, Brandon? Anyway,
Fried rice.
our viewers want to know.
Chicken fried rice.
Ooh,
Chicken and fried rice
that sounds
Chicken
awesome.
fried rice.
at 10 a.m.
Look, man.
Sounds good.
Hungry. What do you want from me? I had leftover fried rice and I was hungry.
That's
Take
fine.
that, put an over easy egg on top of it. You're
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little too fancy for me. I just shoved it in the mic in
That
Chef
works.
Mike.
You can microwave eggs, I think. I don't know.
Yikes.
Yeah, actually,
I don't really like
works really well.
microwaved chicken. I think it always tastes kind of gross.
I think it's
Same.
pretty great.
Fried rice is actually one of the few foods that I enjoy eating leftovers cold.
So what did I walk into here?
What?
This is the Food Channel Network.
Oh,
we
sorry.
That is offensive.
Speaking of food, I'll give my update. I was designing a bunch of events. Wait, actually, let me do what I did yesterday. The food part relates to the events. So yesterday, I finished multiple bugs, which we should verify today. The mostly UI bugs, but also actually all UI bugs. I also finished exploiting with planets and made it so that you can't exploit until they're scanned. Implemented scanning modifiers so that planets that are harder to scan are actually harder to scan instead of just being in the data and not affecting anything. And then I did ideation on events that we can do right now. I have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 17 of them ready to implement. And then I'm going to design a couple more. And then just implement them all so that we have like a baseline of event stuff, and we should be able to test that. Actually, with this many events, I don't know if I'll be able to finish them all today. They take a while. Maybe I'll get fast at it. I don't know. We'll find out. But that's my update. And I choose Brandon, the serial killer. Except it's rice, not cereal.
What? All right. Yesterday was pretty straightforward. I spent the entire day looking at Carl's face and listening to his voice, either in
Oh, God.
person and recording him, or editing audio and video of him. And Bailey, yesterday it actually took a lot longer to convert or download, and then convert a lot of the files that we used yesterday. So I didn't actually get as much editing done as I thought I would. So today I have a bunch of one-on-ones. I have a one-on-one with Will, Hans, and George. We have the product owner sprint prep, and then all the time in between. Until it's done, I'm just gonna edit the intro video and hopefully upload it today. And that's me. Hans.
Yeah, so yesterday was mostly more writing, going through and finishing up more passes on a lot of the writing chunks for Discord and for going up on itch, and another set of passes on the other privacy documents. Then did a lot of configuration stuff on Discord, getting it up and going for the Patreon integration, and going through and auditing the permissions, and then going through the moderation setup stuff for verification. So Carl sent us in for verification again this morning, so we'll see if we get it. That would be good. We now have a landing place up and working on itch for people who link through the Discord. I would like to get some kind of a boilerplate product description, particularly that also focuses on the fact that it is free because it is early alpha right now. I have a couple little basic blurbs in about that, but it would be good for us to just get at least a little 1-paragraph boilerplate, like this is what the game is, and it is now in early alpha and free to help me, so we can get feedback to help blah blah blah. If you could, like, Brandon, is that something you think you might be able to knock out today? Just kind of keep the language, that way we can keep the language consistent. Cool, thanks, man. Because I'd like to get that up on there, and then we can tweak that same message for the Patreon landing page on itch, because that's the next one I want to set up today, is get the Patreon one set up today so that we can have the path from Patreon to itch up and running. Got several one-on-ones, and then we have the product owner meeting later today. Again, I got to pick up T from driving school later today, so I may be a couple minutes late to the beginning of the product owner meeting, but I don't think that should be a big deal. I think we can probably just slide into it, and then I'll be there shortly. Yeah, I think that's probably my day. Actually, I do want to, there's a couple other quick meetings I need to have with Carl and Brandon in terms of clearing a couple of the other cards out in terms of like social credential sharing and stuff like that. I'd like to get those done today so that we can have those off the board for tomorrow. So I'll reach out to you guys. I choose Will.
Yesterday, I spent the majority of my day working on AI farmers. General goal with that was to create an ability that is toggleable. So you turn it on and off, and it's got a design that's built around the idea of it being toggleable, and also fleet-wide, because those are things that we hadn't really done with abilities before. Then after that, I worked on pleasure fauna, which I don't know if that's the creepiest name ever. But anyways, pleasure fauna is mostly done. Pleasure fauna, they're the drugs that you find on a planet that make you happy.
Did you mean pleasure flora?
Fuck, you're right.
I was like, pleasure fauna sounds really
That's
dirty.
all bad.
Oh,
I think
fuck.
Hans is dying.
I think we gotta do pleasure flora.
Yeah, okay.
So, for
I was
today,
like-
I'm gonna rewrite that.
I mean, technically, it could be like, psychotropic toad juice or something, like frogs that
This isn't getting any better. Just like
It's supposed to be mushrooms. That is the idea. It's supposed to be mushrooms.
it should be flora then. Otherwise, they're licking toads.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
yes, that's
kinda
what they're
creepy.
doing.
That's kind
We'll go with that.
In any case.
that's exactly what they're doing to those toads.
So the purpose of that action is it's the first one that we have that's ammo. It was another fleet-wide one, but it's one that is able to remove itself from the game after it's been used. So now we have an ammo system in place. And then today I am working on the other one, which I forgot the name of.
The spider drill?
Lithovoric bacteria. Nope, I am not working on spider drill because the installation shit is complicated and I just didn't want to deal with it right now.
Okay.
So we're doing 3 abilities. I wanted to test out a bunch of different systems. The goal with Lithovoric bacteria, I'm kind of changing the way it works so that it can flush out some other systems.
Okay.
It's going to be a ship specific ability, and it's going to have ammo that you can trigger it once, and it will just convert all of the food on one ship into gas. So you can use it at any time you want, preferably when your food
convert
supplies are
all
high.
of the metal into food?
Nope. I am changing the way that it works so it converts all your food into gas.
Okay.
It just makes it so it combos with all of the other abilities that are in right now, and it's easy to use. It's kind of interesting, I think, and it's a ship-specific ability. So it will. That's the big change to it. The fleet-wide abilities need a UI path so that they're clearly fleet-wide, and this one will need a UI path that's clearly like you use this on this ship. And we already have abilities on installation, so I felt like I didn't need to prove that part out. And then, yeah, this is just going to be an instant effect, which is another ability type that we haven't really done yet. So that'll cover a bunch of different ability bases. I'm going to build an event for it. I also have a bunch of meetings today, and I want to start moving into bug fixing mode this afternoon and spend the rest of the sprint doing that. I also had a pie party for my birthday yesterday, and it was excellent,
Yay.
and I am feeling
Yay.
incredibly fat.
Oh, we forgot to sing you happy birthday yesterday.
We did.
No,
Wait,
don't.
we did it for Carl earlier. So when was it? Last year?
Speaking of, go ahead, Carl.
Nice.
So yesterday did a bunch of filming with Brandon, and then worked on some of the Patreon stuff. Brandon and I had a conversation yesterday about the Patreon rewards and how to potentially come at them in a slightly different way than I had been thinking about them because of my worries about them feeling more Kickstarter than like ongoing engagement. So I did a pass on rewriting just the basics of it. That is up in the um, public development channel. If you have comments or thoughts on them, get those out. But Brandon seemed fine with them yesterday, and Hans sort of gave them I'm going to implement this, which I take it as I'm giving it a thumbs up. So I'm assuming those two have looked at it and been okay with it. So George and Will would love to get your input. And then also due to a conversation I had with Brandon, I watched Interstellar, then which I had not actually seen yet, despite it being totally my jam, and I'm not sure why I hadn't seen it yet, but I hadn't seen it yet. Today, continue to work on Patreon stuff. It sounds like there are some meetings, including the product owner one, which obviously I'll have. I don't know if there's a design time today or soon, but Brandon mentioned yesterday that maybe we should make our next design time the spicy world building off dance battle. And he said that half because I think he wants us to have a spicy dance battle off, but also because he wants to record it because he thinks it will be compelling content. So
Should we wait for Ant for that? I mean, that's a long time to wait, but
no, we can't wait for Ant.
I don't think we can wait for Ant on that.
I also my gut is also that me and Ant are pretty aligned.
okay.
And so or where we're not aligned, I know how to have the conversation with him. So
Know how to manhandle him.
well, and it's also his fault for going to Yellowstone. So screw
Yeah,
that
how
guy.
dare he have a vacation?
How dare
Work-life
he?
balance? Fuck that.
I
Yeah.
hate parks.
How dare he enjoy his time with his family?
I totally am not just jealous. What?
No, you want to go to Yosemite so you can climb Half Dome
Correct.
without any ropes.
Wait.
I
no,
think we
with
should
rope.
sing happy birthday for Will.
I think no.
3, 2, 1. Happy birthday
No, don't do
to
this.
you.
This is awkward. Why are we doing
Happy
this on Twitch?
birthday to you.
You guys can't
Happy
synchronize
birthday,
me. Oh my
dear
God.
Will. Happy birthday
It's the worst.
to you.
Now you know my pain.
Yay.
I'm gonna have a birthday on a weekend next time.
Well, I mean, you might wonder why, even though my birthday is in the middle of the week, I'm taking that day off and going to Disneyland and fleeing Twitch and streaming and everything. It's shocking.
Okay, I'll do that too.
Man, I'm gonna throw myself a party on my birthday, and it's gonna be on stream.
Let's don't do anything on my birthday.
Do we have anything to show besides do we have anything to show besides jumping into a playtest and validating bugs?
I
I
can
don't.
show off the abilities.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's not guaranteed in the playtest, is it? Or actually,
Oh
it's
no,
impossible.
it's
in the
it's
playtest, right?
guaranteed to be impossible. I don't think
Okay.
any events are implemented yet. I mean, they're all written, but we need to go in and type enabled in them to get them into the build.
Okay.
Um, I don't know if you remember this, but I think I asked you a while ago to start doing that so you could start testing them and making sure they're doing what you thought they were doing. But we should do that pass at some
Which
point.
the ability ones?
The events, period.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, except then I got caught up with the exploitation. Sorry about
Yep, no, it makes sense. I mean, it was, yeah, there was like 10 million things we're trying to get done right now.
Yeah.
Did you like the space magic, Carl?
In Interstellar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah, I think Interstellar gave me more references to help talk about what is uh, feels good and does not feel good to me, so we can have that
Nice.
conversation.
Have you ever
Space
seen
fireball.
Annihilation?
Have I ever what?
Seen Annihilation?
No, but it's on my list.
It has the best bear scene ever, 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 ever.
I have heard of the amazing bear scene that I need to go
The
watch.
bears
The bears.
or bear.
The nightmare fuel.
Okay, so we've got Pleasure Fauna hooked up.
Let's just call it Pleasure Flora.
Well, we can call it that, but it says Pleasure Fauna.
Oh,
So,
boy.
so you get this event.
I like
and,
code says eating the fauna.
I need some alcohol. It's like 10 a.m.
So, anyways, here we go. So you get this event, and general idea here is you can either choose to gain the ability, but you lose some morale because you're telling your troops that they're not allowed to freely take drugs, or you can tell them to use the drugs as much as they want, and they get really happy immediately. So if we want to take the ability, boom, we've got our drugs down here. This is where I put the fleet-wide abilities. It's not a very sensible location, but that's how it works. Then if you mouse over it, it says like there's not much of them, but they keep our minds off the void. So you can click it. Now you can notice that I am no longer losing any unhappiness. And you can see pleasure fauna is equal to the stagnation. And it'll actually be equal to any loss that goes in there. So any loss that goes in will increase it. And it lasts for 6 hours, which is 6 times 6, 36 seconds right now. And then when it turns off, it will disappear. I don't know if it's worth waiting that long, but anyways, the ability will go away when it's done. So this is an event that, oh, hey, it happened. This is an event that theoretically can trigger off of exploits and give you that ability, and then you can deploy it when you're expecting to go unhappy. And if you're expecting to go unhappy, it might be because I chose abilities that combo really well together.
AI farmers.
AI farmers.
If you have AI farmers, they make your people super unhappy.
Why?
It's just because we're testing the system right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I thought it was because they took our jobs.
What?
Took our jobs.
I think we'll figure out a lore reason.
I spelled scouts wrong. Anyways,
Scouts with their pleasure fauna.
yeah, scouts for the pleasure farm. So, anyways, this is another one you could find on an exploit. Let's get the AI farmer ability. This one's quite different. So, right now, if I'll just pause it because I don't want to die instantly. I can turn this on at any time. You can see it's gonna 5 times my food production, but lower my morale by 1 every 10 minutes, which literally doubles my morale loss. So I'll lose really quickly this way. But my food production skyrockets. So now I've got 34 extra
Beep,
income,
boop.
and I'll lose super quick. I can also turn it off at any time, and now no longer there or no longer there.
That's
And
really
so
cool.
enable and disable it as seen fit. So whenever we get that ability, we can use it whenever we want and keep starvation at bay. The idea.
Dude, that's awesome.
Starting to feel gamey.
That's
Yeah,
the idea.
Well done.
I like it. We got to keep the fauna.
Nope.
Hard pass.
It's
We can come up
particularly
with a
funny.
theme, but it's definitely not PR campaign.
It's particularly funny that the second option says let them do as they please.
God damn it.
I was like, oh my gosh, this is the worst.
I thought they were doing drugs. Let them do drugs. George,
Oh,
that's all.
actually, Dave brings up an interesting idea. You could have an option where you just take the fauna yourself, which would get rid
Ooh.
of it. And what we could do is do a full-on early Fallout games where if you take that option, hidden dialogue options are now open for other events because you're high as fuck.
That does sound kind of
Yeah,
awesome.
wait,
There's
I'm kind
also
of down for this.
I haven't implemented this yet, but I wanted to implement it before the end of the sprint, that both of these would add events to the random event system. So your AI farmers can go rogue and start killing people, and
Yeah.
your fauna can have adverse reactions.
Oh.
Yeah. Be awesome.
Yeah. Oh, you know what, Will? We might want to have a system. I don't know how we would do this, but some way of having events change the weights of other events.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could do that, but I was just thinking we'd add tags and have conditions that are like, hey, if you have that tag.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, okay, that would work that way. That's perfect.
Sweet.
Just expands the pool that could occur based on tag.
Right. We just
Yeah.
stick them into the random event system, and they can't appear unless the tag's on.
Right.
Wow. Okay, that's cool.
Sweet.
That would work. So
Nice
yeah,
job, Will.
I guess we playtest now.
Sure. I got nothing visual, so
Asking for methamphetamine in all caps.
Um,
Oh man.
actually, right before we playtest, something that I've been meaning to do for a while is adjust at least the base values for scanning, exploiting, and morale loss, because it feels like basically impossible right now
Yeah.
to do anything. So let me real quick just change those up. Where's what is it in globals.json, I think? Is that where morale is?
Yeah, sorry. That's where morale loss is, and
Okay.
food
I'm gonna
loss. It's where most of the values are.
globals. Okay, so morale loss
I need to
per
take a
second.
bio break.
Instead of 1.0, I'm just gonna make it 0.1. So you have 10 times as long. And starvation per loss, we'll make it like population loss. Oh no, not population. Where's food loss per population per second? Whoa, that's a really tiny number. We'll just leave that as is. Failed to save. Why did it fail to save?
Same.
Okay.
I like
cool.
the
All right.
I like the I'm just gonna back away slowly
Just
from that
Leave
number.
that right there.
Well, I don't understand it. It says 0.0000000069. I just realized it. Oh, I didn't even think
It's
about
per
that.
person. How much a person eats per day per
Yeah.
person or per.
I guess it's multiplied by like 20-some thousand. I didn't make that number, by the way. So it's not me. It's like, yes, I'm immature, but I didn't make that number.
No, I figured. No, I think actually Will made that number because he literally did research of how much food an average person eats per day or something. Because I remember someone posted in chat or somewhere that it's like, oh, the average person eats 3 pounds of food a day.
But we don't have any. We have abstract units of food. It could be anything we want.
Sure, but I think that's where that number came from. Is
Okay, get latest and play it.
you get latest and play it
I already have latest. I just made latest.
and play.
Oh, the food loss per population per second came because Anthony told me that he wanted the food to last X days, and then I did the math.
Okay.
And that's why the number is incredibly small. Also, for some reason, Anthony set it up so we start with max resources for everything, basically, including food, which means it would take you like 60 centuries of playtime to run out of food.
Cool, perfect. Okay,
Yep.
Brandon's playing. Yay. Maximize him. Look
What?
at me getting bossy, sorry.
You want me to do what?
No, I've said maximize him so people can watch you play
Oh.
on the stream.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to maximize
Yeah.
something.
Carl, is it hard for you to get rid of the sprint board and maximize the game?
Yes.
Okay. Well, do it anyway.
Whoa, look at my fleet. We got 4 of the same bros.
I think we should change it so you always have 4 ships
Why?
so that we can balance the game around 4 ships. Because I think number
Yes.
of ships is going to be our primary balancing method. I think starting with 6 ships is just, I don't know. It's a really big percentage change. It's going to change the feel of the game a lot.
Beep, boop, scan. Is my morale low yet?
So it's 10 seconds to scan now.
Am I losing yet? Oh, I gotta jump. Too late. I'm gonna lose if I exploit this.
Why do you have to jump?
Because they're worried already.
Wait, what? Did you get latest?
I thought I did. When did I get this? I got this like a few seconds ago.
What? Okay, so did I do this wrong, Will? I changed default morale loss per second from 1.0 to 0.1. Shouldn't that mean it takes a lot longer?
Sounds right. You can mouse over mood and see what the number is for stagnation.
I can no longer interact with objects in the game.
Correct.
Oh, that bug.
That bug
Right,
is
so
still
it's-
there.
Hover
Alright,
over.
time to jump.
Wait, no, hover over mood content. Hover over it.
Okay,
It's just
The-
clicking
the-
jump.
I just jumped. I'm playing the
Oh.
game the way it's meant to be played.
Player skill.
So this is one of those things. We should not probably start the player with max fuel.
Minus 1440. Yeah, probably not.
Minus 1440 means it did not change. So either we're not reading in the number correctly, or
I'm bad at life.
or you didn't pull,
I did. I just pulled.
I'm gonna
or
run the
you
game.
didn't push. I'm gonna check and see if we're putting in the number correct. Yep, looks like it's going incorrectly. So one of you guys had an error.
What's going incorrectly?
What? Did I say incorrectly? I thought I said correctly.
You
said
said
no.
going in space correctly.
Oh. Oh, so actually you
I'm
said
not
both
fired
of
up and
those things.
Jesus.
So-
We're
so
reading the
I-
number in. The number in
I
the
have gone
JSON is
wrong.
being read in. So it either means that Brandon did not pull, George did not push, or the order that one of you guys did that in was wrong.
You know, I would put money on me.
I'm trying to start the
Firing
game.
up latest.
Why is it not starting? I don't understand why it's not starting.
I'm gonna try also locally and see if I can figure out what's going on.
Same.
Oh, it's loading. Well, that's dumb. But the loading thing got put in the very back, and
Uh,
the window was not available.
George, your changes worked on my computer, so I think it is
Oh, that's my
Brandon's
fault.
fault.
Good job, Brandon.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Fired for the length of the stream.
Okay. Oh boy. Is that coming through loud?
Sort of.
Hey, I won the game.
You found New Earth. You did it. The skill.
So good.
We need
Alright.
to like get fuel.
Yeah, so that was something I put in the balance of the game thing. I wrote, we need to start using fuel and energy as well, so that we can actually make real choices.
Yeah, I
Or-
just pulled and I got 2 changes, so
Is
I'm
fuel
huge
not
on this.
implemented?
I don't know if fuel is implemented. If it is, does it even change in the? Let me try jumping. If I
Yeah, I
jump,
guess I've never looked. I just assumed it was.
when I jump, fuel went from 100 to, hold on, it's loading in. 96. I guess it is working.
Yeah, I think it
I-
spends 1 fuel per ship, but
Oh,
100
really?
fuel is a lot.
Okay, 1 fuel per ship. I'll have to remember that then.
I mean, we could change that number so it uses 16 fuel per ship or some other
I actually
number.
kind of like that.
Yeah, I feel
You
like
like
one.
16?
No, I feel like 1 fuel per ship is fine.
Oh, okay.
Either that or like maybe a really big ship takes 2 fuel, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
maybe your
like-
flagship is 2 or something. Oh, geez, I'm sorry about that. Let me close my window. They are building a house near me now.
Man, what if there was a cool installation you got that doubled the fuel cost? What kind of benefit would it need to give you to be worth it for that?
Make a ton of energy that can power all the rest of your installations.
Long range
Mm.
scanning that makes the direction that I'm jumping more accurate. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think we should
Space
focus on
wizards?
getting fuel and energy working too. Well, fuel works, never mind. Getting energy working. And then once that is working, then we have a completed game system that we can tweak until it is fun at a base level, even though it'll be boring because it'll be very formulaic. Like, I know how to win every game just by doing these things. But at least then we'll have the base system there and we can start shaking it up with other systems.
What's
I'm
the
very
energy
pro
system?
fuel, but I'm anxious about energy because I think it's a lot of UI work.
What's energy?
Energy is how you keep your installations going.
Oh,
Your
okay.
installations go offline if you don't have enough energy. And I think that the UI comes from stuff like, okay, well, I don't have enough energy. I need to choose which installations I want running and which ones I don't.
I think
That's
it could
the
be
sort of FTL-like thing.
I think it could be as simple as the installations in the list are drag and droppable, and whichever ones are at the top of the list are the ones that you prioritize the highest. So it'll start pulling energy from the things at the lowest.
I think that's a good interface. I like that idea, but I think we'll need really good like visual representation if like installations take different amounts of power and stuff like that. I wonder, I guess what I'm asking, maybe a better question is like, could we hold off on power, or do you think we really need it to prove out the basic system?
I think we can hold off on it.
I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards I think we should get it in.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because then it becomes a lot harder to cost out installations to make them have any real trade-offs without it.
I'm kind of thinking that we need a really hard UI pass next sprint.
Yes.
And
For
that's
sure.
why I'm like, do we want to do power before we do the hard UI pass, or do we want to do it after?
So this might be a good conversation about the mechanics between now and the product owner meeting.
Yeah.
So that in the product owner meeting we can reprioritize what's in that sprint to make sure that what's important is in the next sprint, because that is theoretically our last sprint before we open up the early alpha access on itch. So if we need that UI sprint, we need to know what it looks like. So yeah. Yes, big eyes.
Yeah, I'm terrified of that.
I know. Sweat
So we need to have a completed game that people on itch can play at the end of 2 weeks.
Yep.
From tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay, we can do it.
And so that has to be like today, bug fixing, the discussion of what that looks like from a design and engineering perspective, so that we can come into the product owner meeting this afternoon and we can leave that product owner meeting with a plan for the next sprint. And then we can do sizing Monday.
Okay. When's our design time? Is it before the product owner meeting?
And we can move the product owner meeting to wherever it needs to be.
I don't know if we have a design time actually scheduled.
It's scheduled at the exact same time as the product owner meeting currently.
So do you guys want to slide that to 1:30 and then we'll slide the product owner meeting to 2:30?
Yeah, Brandon, can we reschedule the one-on-one?
Yeah, I've got a
Yeah.
one-on-one with you then too, Hans.
Yeah, we can fit it in wherever.
Okay.
I'll just bump it to
Oh.
tomorrow.
Carl, I missed our one-on-one, or we missed our one-on-one. Whoops.
Because you don't care about me.
Well, I mean, that's a
Oof.
given, but we should still do the one-on-one.
Well, I mean, if you care enough to talk to me, then I guess we can talk.
Why is it
always,
always
I always
Passive
prioritize my
aggressive,
time for
yeah.
you, but you know.
Oh man.
Oh,
You didn't reach out. It
What's
makes me feel
happening?
uncared for.
Why do I feel the need to drink even more? What?
I think Carl's trying to get some dysfunction into this company.
Yeah.
We need spicy. We need drama. Keemstar needs to do a drama alert for us.
Challenge accepted.
No,
oh man,
oh,
I'm
no,
so
please.
excited.
I'm backing away quickly from this challenge. I concede this challenge. Yeah, I spaced. I also spaced on rebroadcasting and doing the AMA last night because I am not used to being a streamer apparently. So
Oh,
It's okay.
Yeah, I am.
Same.
I could have played Slay the Spire again and pretended it was work.
I mean,
Yeah.
See, this is the great thing about
Bill's
public
dream
development.
job.
It is work. You don't have to pretend. It is.
I've been having fun streaming doing my coding because it forces me to talk out loud. Otherwise, the stream is boring. And then the entire audience becomes a rubber ducky. Also, it really helped me a lot, Will, when you were in the audience and I could like throw things out there and you would just be like, yup.
I kind of liked it too because I was only 25% paying attention to you, and so I still
Yeah.
got a lot of work done. Whereas when we're pairing, I have to like 75% pay attention to you.
Yep. That's what I figure. And I call you out when I specifically need you to pay attention.
Yep.
So that's perfect.
And I got to harangue you.
Yeah, I ignored you. I actually
Alright.
muted you.
It's reasonable.
I'm just kidding. I would never do that. I love our banter. Okay, well, great. We did it. Let's get to work.
Yep.
Sweet.
Everyone
Everyone thank Dave Freeman, who's been hanging out in stream with us and chatting with us. I think there are some other people watching maybe too. I haven't actually checked, but Dave is the one who's been talking.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah.
You got skills.
Oh,
407 of them.
Oh, Jake Grice has been here too, apparently. Hi, Jake Grice. That's the folks. And also,
Cool.
let's all thank our first subscriber, me.
No,
Thanks,
Hell
you.
no.
Jesus.
Everyone thank me. I need validation.
But we did step over the line of affiliate. Yeah?
We did step over the line on
we
affiliate.
should let people know. We did finally make that, which is awesome. Thank you, everybody.
Yep, that is awesome, and that means that as we do these larger pushes, we can, when people come here, they can subscribe, not just follow.
Yep,
which is
awesome.
Yeah.
Although I think it also means I need to set up a bunch more stuff. So.
Yes.
Hey,
Hello.
by the way, did you resubmit our Discord affiliateness?
I did
Yes.
this morning.
Sweet.
We got the last of the moderator stuff set up, and we got the affiliate stuff. Oh, and I did. Yeah, Brandon, Carl, do you two want to jump into a quick meeting after this and just talk through a couple of things?
Yes. Yeah, we can do that right after the stream.
I have 15 minutes.
Right on. Make it quick.
I am ending the stream then, and we'll jump into that. Thanks, everyone.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Ah.